Yes, everybody, what's going on? This is United Review. Thank you for staying a little bit patient with us. The reason it takes so long for us to get going is we are literally fighting through traffic after walking all the pissing way past the cricket ground and everything, and all the queue of the tram and everything to get back. So thanks, guys, for those that have joined us. Joined by Abdul tonight. Oh, thank you very much. We've got a super chat in there. Thank you very much, lads. Where to begin, son? I'm just downloading the Instat data. Off the top of my head, I want to say we were outclassed on, I don't know, every level.
Tactically,
physically,
fight, mentally, everything.
Ideas, just they didn't need to get out of first gear. I mean, what do you guys think in the comments? Like, how outclassed did United get in that there? How outclassed? Because it's not a case of, did we get outclassed? Oh, we got outclassed, all right. Don't you worry about that.
We did.
How outclassed did we get?
Could have been so much worse. I think if you see the likes of Diego Costa starting, oh, mate, it could have been worse. If you just see the 5 minutes he had at the end, the decision making, he was like, if he was there instead of Cuadrado, he would have had a field day on Martial.
I'm just trying to get into Instat to actually give you the data from this game. Apart from that little pathetic attempt at the end from Anthony Martial, did United really have a clear-cut opportunity? Because I don't feel like we had any opportunity where it was like... there was a chance, wasn't it, from Pogba at the post, so... all right,
it was going to take a moment of brilliance the way we were playing. That was it. There was no other way of us scoring. Again, same thing. Going forward, just no ideas. We can talk about if the defence is weak or if it's not good enough, but Lindelof did his job, covered really well. When he was left two on one sometimes.
So was the system tonight set up to defend? And if it was, where was the counter coming from? Because if I'm looking at the Instat data at the moment, let's have a look at the average touch. And when I see the average positions of United, all I'm seeing here is nowhere near the box. Nowhere near the box. I'm seeing a good shape from the midfield and from the defence. Obviously, Lindelof was the one that was covering. He is the furthest back there, but no shape, no, nothing. They didn't need, they didn't need to scramble defence or anything like that because they just kept us completely at bay.
I think how the way the first half went, and I think most of the second half as well, it looked like Rashford was tactically on job. I think he did pretty all right in terms of his covering and everything. But Martial, every time the ball dropped to him, and I think he ended up with most of the space. He was so wasteful. It was really frustrating. I really like Anthony Martial, but
let's have a look at that. From that looks like 4-2-3-1 because you've got Matic and Pogba are basically holding hands, and then you've got Mata just off Lukaku. Now, I was annoyed with Lukaku's positioning for a lot of this tonight because too many times, I mean, Ashley Young put in 8 crosses and only one of them found a United player. But too many times, Lukaku, in desperation for trying to do something, was coming out of the box and was coming into the channel where Juan Mata... Look, Lukaku is not Juan Mata, and Juan Mata is a completely different style of footballer. He operates around the D because he's neat and he's got that brilliant first touch and he's got the ability to find somebody. Lukaku, you are paid to score fucking goals and you need to be in the box. We don't want you dictating play. You are not Romelu, playmaker, Lukaku. That's not what you bought him for, is it?
What if he's being told to do that? Then what happens
that's
to
wrong.
the player?
That's absolutely wrong.
Well, but that's what I'm saying then. I spoke about it on my fan cam. I said Mourinho's damaging some of these players. He's clearly good enough. He scored bloody 28 goals last season.
I think he's starting to damage him without having...
he's ending careers almost.
Without
sometimes.
getting the guy a rest. A lot of people say we need a new number 9. I don't think we do need a number 9.
I think we need options of having
if we had an Arnautovic, someone that allows us to play a certain style of play and rest Lukaku
honestly,
at a time.
I always say this.
Different option.
I've wanted Lukaku for many years at United, and even when he joined, I mentioned this. I said we have to change our style depending on what game we come up against. That's what the top teams do. Some games you might have Marcus Rashford or Alexis Sanchez. You just got to change it up.
The right tool for the right job.
Yeah.
Can we get to 500 likes? I know everyone's super mega depressed, but there's nearly 2,000 people watching, so I'd like 500 likes because that might be the best thing that happens tonight, to be honest, apart from the guy that ran across the pitch. How did he get 90 metres across the pitch?
My question was why the hell didn't he wait for the other side?
No, I mean, did he try and give something to Ronaldo? Was that the game?
No, I think he just wanted to. He was crawling to Ronaldo in the end.
Was it?
Yeah, he was just like, help, and then Ronaldo came up to him. Yeah.
So that was super weird. But yeah, why didn't wait for the 3 seconds later when Juventus had an opportunity down our end of the pitch? What's he after? What do you want? You move it a bit. Let's have a look at this data then, and let's see what we can have a look at. Oh, I was going to say, right, this might be more interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? If you're going to do a pitch invasion, what sort of footwear are you going with? Because I think the footwear is key, because everybody slips. All the stewards always slip, and everyone always goes down because they slipped. Now,
football boots from the get-go.
Football boots when you
get on
stand
the
in,
concrete.
that's the one. So football boots in the stand, super weird, yeah. So, or do you know what I could think could be low-key good? Now, not great for agility. Timberland boots, good solid base, bit of a grip on them.
I mean, we've got someone who wears Timberland boots on the pitch in Lukaku. He seems to do all right sometimes.
I think he plays in them. What would you wear on a football pitch? I mean, you're going with Astros, yeah. Astros is that bad one.
Good both ways, isn't it?
Yeah, you're all right on the concrete. You're still agile on the concrete, but when you get out on the turf, because there was a steward took one step and just face planted immediately, and there you go.
Stewards all look like 40, 50 years old as well. Putting them through the races.
I don't want to talk about the match. I want to keep talking about pitch invasions.
Yeah.
So people are saying that for a great Juve team, they didn't really do that much. But they didn't need to. They really did. They was in control. The goal went in and then it was over.
I think the experience really played a part. If you look at the age difference on that side, you've got Ronaldo, Bonucci, Chiellini. It's just unbelievable. And then you've got the extra bit from Costa, Dybala, Pjanic, who's getting into that stage where he's hitting his prime as well. It's just that nice mix and the balance that a team like Manchester United should have.
Pjanic was fantastic.
He's brilliant.
I was like open-mouthed in awe looking at the guy. Let's have a look at Pjanic. Yeah, I mean, it was everywhere. He's not really losing the ball much. Complete dominance, box to box, so in control as well. He was brilliant. I was really impressed with Pjanic. I think he sets up and lets Benteke and Matuidi do the hard stuff. And I think if you had someone like Pjanic, I don't know if he's got the full defensive range that you would need to just slot into this United team.
Yeah.
I think he might end up being a bit too similar to Pogba with how he wants to play at times.
I think he controls the tempo more, but I think having someone like Pjanic in that side would then allow someone like Pogba to do what he does going forward, and that's what Juventus got from Pogba going forward when they had Pirlo in, someone who controls the tempo, and that's what Pjanic did for them.
We've got a Patreon group who got their behind the scenes vlog today. Do you know what? I'm going to send you something which you need to stick on a screen and just let us know when this is ready. I'll slack it to live producer for you, which is watching a match with him is fucking hilarious, honestly. So there's a Patreon vlog went up today. There's still some more Patreon videos to go, and them guys have got questions and a full match day chat suite as well. So if you'd like to find out what the crack is with Patreon, I'm aiming for 1,000 Patrons by the end of the season. We're at 440 at the moment, 440 absolute legends. But if we can get to 1,000, then there'll be loads new shows, FIFA streams, Footy Manager streams, meetups, all kinds of shit if we get to 1,000. So that's the target. So have a click in the description. Have a read what it's all about, see if it's for you. It's less than £1 a week. You get tons of extra content. Just think of it as buying as a pint if you like it. And I'm going to find this video and was it over. But who do you guys think was man of the match for United? Because I think you mentioned it earlier, Victor Lindelof.
100%.
I thought he was fantastic tonight.
I thought Pogba, you know what, really controlled the game nicely in the second half. Moved the ball, switched it quick. It's just that extra man that should have been with him. That should have been Andreas, man. Perfect guy to come in there.
I sent it to you, but I've just sent it to live producer as well. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm going to come to the Patreon group for the questions over on What's It in a second. Yeah, Ozzy's saying they didn't even make a change. Honestly, why was there no substitutions in 90 minutes? Joe's saying, like, you've got to be accountable for that. You can't just be like, they took all their forwards off. Take Smalling off. Take Lindelof off. Leave one of them. And the back two.
So I just wanted to mention something that you mentioned on the Full-Time Levels preview about the match analysis, and I think it's a really good point. I've not really noticed it about how we turn up in the second half, and is it because the guys that analyse the games are behind the scenes, are they noticing things mid-game? And you know what? I noticed that today. I focused on what you said, and today especially because the way we pressed in the second half wasn't the same. There was always a spare man when Chesney had the ball. In the second half, there wasn't. we always had a man on the defenders. And why are we not prepared though? That's what I don't get. Why is there a difference?
No, someone was saying, am I blaming... Someone in the Full-Time Devils comments, I mean, don't go to YouTube comments generally for reasoned debate, but someone in the Full-Time Devils comments, are you seriously blaming Rufaria for this season? Like, no, I absolutely didn't say that. I love the way people's... Usually when someone says, are you trying to say? No.
Didn't you just say that it didn't help maybe the change of system? You didn't blame the guy.
So the question I've been asking this last week or so is... What did Rufaria do? What was his specific responsibilities? Because people are quite rightly saying this is Jose Mourinho's third season, but really it's his first season with this new team. And this new team has got two very inexperienced coaches, and he's lost his right-hand man that's won everything with him all over the place. Are Carrick and McKenna competent with what Rufaria did? What did Rufaria do? Did he do opposition scouting? Did he prepare the notes that Jose then read and then delivered to the team for the opposition thingies? If I was to take a stab at something it could be, not saying this is definitely what it is, if I could take a stab at something this could be, if Rufaria prepared the opposition notes and now McKenna's doing it or Carrick's doing it or another guy that we've never heard of is doing it.
They're looking at it a different way.
And they're either looking at it a different way or they're just not to the same level as what Jose's used to. Now at half-time, you've got live video analysis, which is going on all the way through the game. When a manager gets into the dressing room at half-time, and this is not quite, but virtually horse's mouth, this is what happens at United. They walk in, they've got 3-4 minutes to tell Jose Mourinho 4 or 5 points of what the fuck has happened. Now, they work with the team and work with the coaching staff to prepare the notes and prepare things that they're going to target. So he'll know... Let's say one of the jobs today was to 2v1 João Cancelo. Yeah. And when we're defending, we want to get Matic and Lindelof around Ronaldo. Something like that, right? Let's say that's what we was doing. They're going to know that, and they're going to have a remit for things that we want to do right. Things that we've noticed and blah, blah, blah. And then they'll have a remit of what else are you seeing. If they're seeing that they're trying to overload us in a certain area, they'll tell Jose. And they've got 3 minutes, 4 minutes to deliver that. Jose then has like 60 seconds to process that shit, and in that 5 minutes time all the lads are coming in, they're changing their shirts usually, they're taking on water, they're taking on protein, they're sorting themselves out. Then they sit down and then they'll have a discussion for 5-6 minutes, and then Jose will give his instructions for the second half. It's so fucking quick as a turnaround, what they have to do and the information that they have to put in there. And I'm hypothesized is the video analysis team outstripping the match preparation team at the moment, and is that partly responsible for the turnarounds that we're seeing in the second half?
It's looking like that for me, because I think from myself, I've watched a bit of Juve this season, a fair bit of Juve, and a problem that they really lack and the fans notice is when they bring on that extra defender, which they did with Barzagli. Obviously they go in the back foot and they lose that extra midfielder, and they clearly lack, especially when Genoa scored last week. They're lacking that extra player. So if we got an extra player in with Lukaku, or even a quicker passer, that could have changed the game. Yeah. So are they not seeing that? If you put Martial or Rashford alongside Lukaku and then Pereira was the extra guy to cross the ball in, are they not seeing the other games that Juventus are playing? Are they not analysing the games well?
I'm going to keep having a look at Insta. I've just opened up the questions for the guys on Patreon. I'm going to see what y'all are saying in a second. Where's my thing? Oh, there it is. I'm just having a quick look. Alexandro, let's have a look at his. Have we got his? I bet he's like the one he didn't put on his. No, Alexandro, everywhere, up and down that left touch line. Now, obviously, that was someone that Jose didn't sign. Kind of worked out with the performance that we've seen from Ashley Young. Not Ashley Young, Luke Shaw. Let's have a look at Chiellini. Look how far Chiellini is up the pitch. The one you didn't have you got Bonucci?
We have none of the centre-backs.
Wanker.
Yeah, did you see one of them passes that Bonucci pulled out?
Where's Cancelo? Cancelo, have you ever looked at Cancelo? Cancelo and Cuadrado work great down that right-hand side. I mean, he's getting bang into the final third there, sticking crosses in. That's exactly what you want to see.
I think Costa would have been a better balance for the man that side.
Let me have a look at United.
Could have been so much worse.
Worth noticing there. Chris Smalling
did all right with Ronaldo in that last few minutes of the battle.
How the pitch he got?
I like
mad. Compare that to Lindelof. Obviously, Lindelof was well focused in our half.
Yeah, he covered for the back.
He did excellent, Lindelof, today. Give him his props.
Do you know if we are overcommitting with the likes of Smalling further up the pitch, then if you are going with that attacking mentality, then where were Fred, Andreas or Herrera, someone who's going to pass the ball quicker?
So look at Rashford. Didn't come off for Rashford in the slightest tonight. Rashford, please, if you're not too busy. Thank you. The X's obviously represent times the ball was lost. Not a great game. Let's have a look at the actual data for Marcus and pull up his individual page and get in the mixer. We've had a new Patreon. James Powley has just joined the Patreon. Welcome aboard, son. Let's have a look then. Individual player. I want to get his stuff up here. It's Marcus Rashford. Let's have a look. Get it up. So, 32 out of 54 successful actions. Not good. Only 47% successful in the first half. Passing 80%. Only 40% in the first half. Shocking. Passes into the box 31%. Challenges, just not winning any challenges. A very quiet game from him. I'd say poor game from him, poor game from Young, poor game from Tony Marshall, poor game from Lukaku. I mean, it might be easy to just say you had a good game, and I'd say that's Lindelof, Pogba, David De Gea. Anyone disagree with that? You guys disagree with that or not?
Smalling arguably wasn't too bad.
All too good.
All too good, yeah. That's the level these days, isn't it?
Oh.
That's what we're happy with.
Are we on a collision course with Europa League here?
Nah. Unfortunately, young boys just drew with Valencia. We can't be that bad. Valencia are absolutely off. I swear they're like 10th or something. Oh, we're 10th or something. I don't know what I'm saying. Where's La Liga? Like, stickers in La Liga will probably win it.
Right, in Mad Jack in the Patreon group, is there any reason to be optimistic about the club's long-term prospects with the likes of Ed and Jose in charge? Don't think so. Stu Pearson, this is Manchester United. Why are we unable to mark players and cross to an acceptable standard? The fucking perfectly valid question, and perfectly valid to be something that you're pissed off about. Why the fuck aren't we able to cross the ball?
That's not just United. That's just the standard at a league team, at a professional side. It's a joke.
What did Kimmich do tonight?
4 out of 8 crosses. Brilliant.
6 chances created.
1 big chance.
Jazz says, when will this bollocks end? I said it in my fan card, but I'll say it again here. Like, my old man was talking to me about when we played Juventus in the Champions League in the 90s, and the vibe and the feeling about that, and the excitement about that. We're going to take on this team, and fuck me, we took them on. I think we went behind and we ended up beating them. Ryan Giggs was on another fucking planet, and it was brilliant. And it was something like for the ages, like it was a classic. That was just shit. Teams just turn up to Old Trafford, not scared, not arsed, roll over and fuck us up the arse. Ranabir says, is it time to drop Matic? Let's pass him off up and have a look, actually. Or is...
Sideways Matic.
That's shite, innit?
Yeah,
that is shit.
If you compare that to the likes of Fernandinho, Jorginho...
That's shit. Connor says, does our defence often look bad because they don't have a proper number 6 in front of them to cover them? No, I think it's more that they're just not very good on the whole.
Yeah.
Chiellini, Bonucci, Cancelo, Sandro. I'm sorry. Does even Luke Shaw get in ahead of any of them at the moment? On form, you'd probably take Shaw over Sandro.
So but yeah, Sandro's not been great this season.
I think Jose said something about them defending. They should give a masterclass on defending or some shit like that.
Yeah, he said Mr. Chiellini, Mr. Bonucci can give Harvard lessons on defending.
True story. Mighty Mike, you're in charge. When did that happen? What time was supposed to be in work? What happens next? Didn't lose to Chelsea, didn't get embarrassed by Juve. I'm in charge, or I'm in charge? Am I Jose or am I Ed? Mike, clarify please. If I'm Jose, you just carry on, don't you? And you try and get some of the players that you fell out with on side. You try and find systems that work, and you know what? You actually fucking make substitutions in 90 minutes of a game when you're allowed to. That made... I wouldn't say it's inexcusable. It's not really a strike, but fucking hell, mate, come on, you can't defend that. You can't defend that.
Can't. It's annoying, really. It's a bit of everything. That's our problem.
If I'm Ed,
no one's doing their shit. That's the problem in the side. No one's doing their shit.
If I'm Ed, I'm saying, you better fucking beat Everton. What happens if we don't beat Everton?
God.
What? You lot, in the comments right now, what happens if we don't beat Everton?
Just keep away everyone from the canal.
Might be getting a bit of static on one of the mics. Where's yours?
Mine's on the ground.
Stick it on the table, just on the off chance it's that. Lots of background noise. One of the mics is probably bollocks, actually.
Sorry, lads.
Is that one? That looks alright. This one looks alright as well. Don't know. Was it? Alright, cool. Apologies, everybody. If I'm Ed, then I speak to Jose and I say, things got to change. Yeah. I mean, there's a two-way conversation to be had because he needs to back. If he's not backing Jose, why back the next guy? What the fuck?
It's this arrogance that I don't like from Edward with me. The whole idea that he can make the decisions on the transfers. It's really embarrassing.
Parker, why were Valencia and Delon not in the squad tonight? I think Valencia's on the naughty step, although there's talk that he was injured. Because was he in training? Did we see him in Bush Camp training? I can't remember if we did or not. Is it still wigging out?
I don't remember.
Is it still wigging out? Oh. No. Delon, I believe, has got a knock. What's my take on the no substitutions? My take is that's all the bollocks.
That's someone who doesn't have a plan.
Yeah. Or is he trying to send a message? Because I'm sick of him sending messages. Stop being cryptic. Phone Woodward, tell him he's a cunt, and ask him to do something. Stop being cryptic. Be like, I couldn't bring substitutes on because I didn't have people I liked. Grow a set of bollocks. March into his office, flip a fucking table, throw a biscuit at him, and tell him what you fucking really think. Stop fucking pussyfooting around it. Ash Bird says another game where Jose does little to change things. Is Jose's refusal to make a sub acceptable in a game when we're losing? Fuck no.
You know what's frustrating with Mourinho? I think he does a much better job in terms of his changes compared to what we've seen with Van Gaal. That used to frustrate me under Van Gaal. A lot of these changes come in at half time. That's what surprised me today. Like, even if you hit the 85th minute, that's not bad to bring on Chong. What are you losing? Come on.
Nothing.
You're keeping the ball, someone who can whip a nice ball in the box, an extra man there, a bit of creativity. You've had Martial and Marcus on for that long. Just switch it up. What are you losing? That's that all or nothing mentality. If we're in that situation right now, so where is it?
Well, Rennie Munstein said it wasn't coincidence. It was trained for, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. It was something we actually trained for. They would go, right, okay, at the end of this session, you're now going to do 20 minutes where the scenario is you're 1-0 down, you're 10 men. And they would work through all of these different condition games where they'd be like, right, your centre half is injured. Now what are you going to do? And the players would come up with the plans and the players would come up with the drive and they'd be like, right, you're 2-0 up in Europe, you've blah, 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 concede a goal, you're fucking out. Like
that doesn't only improve the way you play, that improves the players' tactical awareness, leadership in the side.
And confidence. Can you imagine?
Confidence,
Can you imagine, like, I mean, was it... Atletico Madrid recently, Simeone worked on going down to 10 men and coming back. Was it before the final again with Marseille? I think it was some shit like that, and it happened in the game, and the players executed. And you're like, well, look at that. They fucking did what they trained to do. It's the same as anyone, man. You train, you do what you fucking... whatever. Tino says, Lindelof had a good game tonight, but seems to struggle adapting to the Premiership. Do you think he's just more naturally suited to European style play? He's actually been pretty good in Europe.
Yeah, that's
it has been the Premier League. I wonder, maybe he needed to experience what the Championship is like to really get in proper English football about him. Liam Hunter said, expected to see Herrera/Fred brought on, if not both of them. Looked like we were crying out for some energy and intensity in midfield. Yeah, I mean, energy and intensity, yeah, absolutely. Why has Lukaku dropped off so much this year, says Parker? I really think it's down to rest. Straight from the World Cup, no pre-season. I think that has a massive impact on someone that's so big. Because I think when you get them flying, they can be an absolute fucking nuisance. But when they're off it, they fall to pieces, really.
Rest is certainly a big part of it, man.
Fergie UK1 says, do these last two games means Jose keeps his job a little longer? I think so. And will the club make any January purchase for him? If they don't, you might as well fuck him off, aren't you? Because what are you going to do if you're not going to back the guy? Why do so many of our attacking players just want to play short passes and expect someone else to do the work for them? Fuck, Is that a Louis van Gaal hangover? Because that's what we saw under Louis, wasn't it? Players stand still and try and pass it around with no fucker committing anyone and such a lack of movement. Rashford had a bad game tonight, but he was moving and he was getting into areas and no one was finding him. Where's the fucking bravery? Where's the risk? I'm looking at Matic and Pogba and Mata as people that have got the ability to hit those balls in. Why can't we put a ball over the top? You see how high the Juventus line is? We could have put balls over the top.
Did you see some of the passes that were coming from Bonucci as well, just over our defence? They've just got those passes all over the pitch. You've got Pjanic, you've got Dybala who can drop deep, you've got Bonucci who can play it from the back line. That's a proper European side for you there.
Yeah. Tino. Luke Shaw's. Let's have a look at Luke Shaw's passing.
I blame Martial a lot for that, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of that is
Martial's movement was absolutely disgraceful today. Sorry, man. He's just so disappointing.
Tino says, do you think that if we could get the team bus to turn up on time, we might start playing? It's fucking embarrassing.
They whacked them at the Hilton Gardens this time.
Right, so they stayed at the Emirates Old Trafford, which is, for those of you who don't know where that is, on the same fucking street as the ground.
We parked our car further than that.
But yeah, we basically parked the car on the opposite side of the cricket ground. I've parked there since I was 6. Now, it's a bit of a hike, but the problem is that road gets closed when the match happens because everyone gets the tram from the cricket ground and walks up Warwick Road before it turns into St Matt Busby Way. Up to the Trafford, it's essentially closed. And then from the Trafford going down St Matt Busby Way, it's closed. Yeah. So, it's like parking somewhere. It's like parking here, needing to get here, but you can't fucking use the road in the middle. Like
all the way around.
It's legitimately retarded. What the fuck can't you use hotel football for? Do you know the hotel that hosts David Beckham and fucking all of the class of 92 boys all the time there is.
I think the class of 92 offered, but because he's not on good terms with him, he just told them.
I don't think he even offered. It's 100 fucking metres away from the ground. Even better than that, right? Because you'd be like, all right, well, they have to kind of walk across a bridge. Jose got out of the fucking team bus and walked and put his hood up. How funny is that for starters, by the way, that no one clocked him?
Probably
but for two, from hotel football, you could actually walk along the canal which skirts the side of Old Trafford. United could, if they wanted to, probably set up some sort of security thing where the lads would walk out the back, go along the canal and into the ground, and they could probably block both ends.
Like a bus in there. I swear it's literally like a 1-minute drive, but it would make sense if you think of security. You could still stick a bus there.
I'm pretty sure you need a team bus, don't you? You have to arrive together.
Team bus?
They can walk. Don't city walk.
Isn't it like a 25-minute walk, though? Or 20
From
minutes?
hotel football?
No, but you have to get into the tunnel. 15 minutes. That's at least 15 minutes to get all the way to the tunnel.
No, hotel football, walk along the canal.
15 minutes.
No, but don't they have to go all the way round? They're not.
Not if they walk, they don't.
How many security are you gonna have?
You can. It's a fucking canal with a big fence at the side of it. Where hotel football is, 2 security guards.
Under base.
Yeah, go on at the bottom of hotel football.
Go above it.
Couple of security guards. Half an hour. Close that fucking road. I mean, they close.
Oh, just close the bottom pit.
Yeah. Close the canal.
If I was saying on top, I was about to say.
Oh, get in a barge for fuck's sake! Pile on the barge, down the canal, 200 metres, bosh, get out.
Actually. How'd you get out?
What? Build a pontoon, Cameron. Fucking hell's not hard, is it?
What if you get
Manchester United, we can't get to our own ground on time from a fucking hotel that's on the same street that we're on.
Why has it just started to happen?
This happened to us before.
Population explosion and roadworks.
Regent Road.
Well, the traffic's fucked around Old Trafford, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, tune in next week for more traffic talk.
So we can't analyse on the pitch and we can't analyse off the pitch.
I am analysing off the pitch. No, I'm telling you right now, Edward would come here, and I'll tell you, you're not late for your own fucking games at your own fucking ground.
Oh,
and we need to have a word about Lee Sports Village. Why the fuck we're playing games in Lee when we're Manchester United and you can't find a ground in Manchester? Are you fucking kidding me? There's more grounds than police stations in Manchester. What the fuck? Anyway. Ruben says, am I wrong to think Juve let us off the hook by not pressing to kill the game? They didn't get out. They didn't try, did they? If they wanted to, there was
that's how they've been this season. I think that's how they've been this season overall. They've not really killed off games, and it's cost them a lot. And we didn't take advantage of it today. All we had to do was watch Genoa last week, 1-1, pulled it back after they laid off and put on that extra centre back, like I said.
If we'd have got a goal, it could have been different, but they could have also got a second, not a problem.
Yeah.
Gordon says, when do the tide turn when the performance become more important than results? We know this board and owners are aiming for top 4 mediocrity, but when does the pressure become too much, seen as it's a long way to go? I think if results had gone against us this week, tonight, you might have seen something act. If we'd have been embarrassed at Chelsea, I do think that there was a chance that he could have gone. But I think Jose can walk in there and go, I got a point at Chelsea and I only lost 1-0 to a team that is, let's be honest, miles ahead of us.
Yeah.
So he can mitigate that a little bit, I think. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, he's got to look at that Everton game now. That Everton game is a must-win for Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Because if Everton at home on a Sunday fucking afternoon is not a game you can win, when, all right, yeah, you've had a midweek game, but let's be honest, they didn't fucking exert much, for starters. And it's a Tuesday and the game's on a Sunday, so there's a bit of fucking time in between. You know what I mean? You've got to be able to get that. Nitesh, I feel like we should get someone like Jardine, scrap this team, bring it in the youth and build a new one, even if it takes time. Yes, but there is no way that one, the Glazers have got the patience for that, and two, let's be honest with ourselves, most of the fucking fans ain't got patience for that either. Shane says, I'm going jumping in the canal if we get beat by Everton.
I'll join you, mate.
What? Can we film it? Can we film it, Shane? Right, if you're up for something that's a little bit lighter, have you got that video queued up? Mm-hmm. Here's a little bit teaser of the vlog that went up today. Roll it. It's not that one. It's not that one either.
You showed me that one.
That's what I sent him.
Is that what I sent you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Vlog?
What's this one?
No, that's not what I sent you. That's what I sent you.
I'm pretty sure that's what you sent me.
No, it's not what I sent you. Because I know that isn't even on this. Yeah, don't you? How about I'll do what I'm supposed to do, and you do what you need to do. Yeah, that's the one. There. You ready? Try it. It's playing, yeah, so you might want to mute it because it's playing, but not working.
It's somewhere.
Fantastic. Join us next week for more technical problems, hotel talk, and pondering over what footwear you can wear when you pitch invasion in. Double click it, leave it,
Seems alright.
press loop, press OK, show it. Oh, it is shown, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, let's try it on there. Let's try it on this one. See if you can get it on this one. Right, let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, someone's saying my ears. It's obviously playing the music, so you might want to mute it before you get it in there. You what? Wow. Something's up. The front three are playing terribly, says Ricardo. Moo will take us nowhere. Almost as quick. It says Mickey Butt.
It says but that's not Butt, is that? No. Maybe I might be wrong, maybe that is Butty.
Yes! Come on! Yeah!
Little teaser from a weekly vlog that everyone on Patreon is getting, and him being a fucking absolute lunatic.
I'm calm on here, but if you want to see my crazy side, jump on that.
Lads, I am at a loss as to what to say over performances like that. I really am. I don't know where we go from here.
Feels like every week, man. Oh.
Time for Pereira and Fred to join Pogba in midfield. Yeah, maybe that's the sort of thing. I mean, Taif Chong, why can't you try him? Why can't you risk him tonight? Can anyone tell me?
Wouldn't have lost anything.
We're for 500 likes. We're at 427. You guys can make it happen. DJ Aceman says, fucking shit myself. Sauce. Strange live stream says Chris Scott. Thank you. Daniel says, what the fuck is going on?
We've lost the plot, mate. Ah.
You might want to clarify that was the Chelsea game you were reacting to, not the
Yeah, that was the Chelsea game. That
Yeah.
was it was being reacted to. Rate the atmosphere. It was decent at the start of the game, and then when they scored, much like the players, the fans just don't have the confidence that the players can turn that anyone can turn it
The
around.
players got to give you something for you to react as fans. That's how football goes, man.
Both, yeah.
When it's
I don't have the
dire on the
confidence
pitch,
in- I
when
don't
it's
have the confidence
sideways
in our
all
team
game.
at the moment. Talk about football, says the T1000. Fucking tell me what to do. Do what I want. It's my shop. My name's on the door and everything.
download lines.
Was that Dave? That was Dave. Ching would have been a breath of fresh air. It would have been, but so would a Chong. I know what you're saying. Opinions on the lack of minutes for Manchester's top player 2016. Who was that? Is that under Herrera?
Yeah, yeah.
Where did Evra sit? I imagine in the box. Actually, do you know what? Shall I see if I had a reply? I did text Evra. So I was leaving the ground saying, are you here or not? He says, yeah, I'm still in Manchester, going back to London tonight because we're flying to Dubai. Just going to put if you're around.
Tell him we're in town. Still in the office.
But if you're not, come say hello. We
Tell him it's my birthday in 14 minutes. Tell him it's the lad's birthday. Surprising.
Who knows? Can we get Paddy Evra on? Probably not, but I will try.
Uncle Pat.
When did he message me? Oh, nearly an hour ago. Matic is half dead. Lukaku's half dead. Need to cover more distance in the game. Absolutely. There was so much injury. Not really. Was there a lot of injury time? Didn't feel like there was.
3 minutes, mate.
What do you think of Pogba's performance? That was all right.
No movement
Wasn't
ahead
terrible,
of
but
him.
it wasn't
Not going to
horrible.
get anything out of him.
We aren't brave at all. Let me work. No, I'll agree on that. We are not brave at all. I feel the team did okay, says Frank. I really don't think the team did enough at all in the slightest. Happy birthday, says Steve Matt. Yeah, it's Abdul's birthday in like 13 minutes. So happy birthday to our kid. Have we got Pogba's pass map? Being requested in the comments. Very sideways still. He was spreading it a few times. Some of the longer ones I got no issues with, but as you can see, most of the white ones, which are really difficult to see, didn't just fucking make it. I'm just gonna put WhatsApp on
So
it,
frustrating.
just in case Paddy texts us back, so I see the message. 1 win in our last 7 games. Shit. Is that what it is?
No way. Bloody hell.
Players aren't brave enough and cheeky enough. Why we're not playing the best players? 1 win in 7. Fucking 7. That is it. 1 win in 7 is just unacceptable.
That does it for me, that.
What do I think of Sandro tonight? It was alright again. Again, just nothing special. Like I said to you earlier, I think you nailed it in the car on the way back. Pjanic and Dybala's link up and tempo control was just beyond what we can do.
Yeah,
really, was the grand
simple
scheme of things. Spoke to Fosu Mensah in Harrods and told him to get his ass back to Manchester and take over from Matic. Too many players with low football intelligence. I would agree on that.
Yeah, 100%.
Shit, man.
No understanding of the game in that side at Manchester United. Do you know how frustrating that is to watch as a fan? Like,
I'd love to get. I'd love to see Paddy again. Anyway, it was this week last year that I went over to Marseille to go see him. 'Cause it popped up on my time up. I was like, "Fuck me, that's flown by." So which means it's about 50 weeks away from when he fucking volleyed that geezer in the head. I'd love to know what Paddy thinks, because do you know what? If I could speak to him, he would tell me. He won't put it in text, but when you see him, like, I had a fucking great conversation with him.
yeah.
Obviously, we had a bit of a chat on camera, which if you've not seen it, you can go and check that out. Which is just search Howson Evra. I'm sure you'll find it. But I had a fucking excellent conversation with him in like the hour it took us to get back to the hotel from leaving the ground after Marseille played Victoria, I think it was. And I really get the impression that guy fucking loves this club as much as we love this club. And I know that Fergie's said he's the guy that he thinks would make the best manager out of all of the players that he's worked with. I do fucking wonder, is Woodward going to throw a curveball like that?
It's no more Happy Monday videos for a bit then. Or it could just blow up.
Can you imagine he was manager of United and doing that shit on a Monday?
And it going well? That'd be nuts.
I think you get a lift out of him being the manager anyway, because I get the idea that
he understands the mentality.
He gets the mentality, but he's about work. Look at the guy, he's not playing at the moment, but he's in the fucking gym more than the average personal trainer. He's just, that's it, innit?
He's, if you look at someone else who was in the side before, like Carrick, who's currently involved, does Carrick have the same influence that Evra has, even though they were in that side together? I don't think so. I think they bring different factors to the game. I think Carrick can be a good coach. Probably Romelu Lukaku's been chatting to him apparently about movement and how midfielder can find him. He can do that side of things. It's pretty mad saying Evra and all of that, but he understands the club and he has the mentality.
He's got a lot of mentality, and I think an often overlooked thing is, when you go into work, someone that can create a good atmosphere in there.
Yeah.
That all of the class of '92 lads, and more and more people have spoke about it. When they worked with Fergie, they would get strips torn off them on a Saturday afternoon, and then they'd see him coming up towards them in the corridor on the Sunday, and you'd be like, "Oh shit!" And he'd take the piss out of you in a really funny way, or he'd say something like really kind and like funny, and he'd break that tension. He knew that it was tension, his manager, and he would always say like something funny, and he'd release the tension. And all the players go, never held a grudge, never pulled us up on something on a Sunday for something that he said on a Saturday.
That's the balance.
Yeah, that is the balance.
He's a man of...
And I think because Evra gets that shit, that I this wasn't on camera and I wasn't trying to trip him up, but I asked him about Rooney, and he said Rooney's fucking selfish. And I was like, oh shit, didn't expect that. And I asked him about David Moyes, and I thought he would lay into him for what happened.
Yeah.
And all he said was, I tried to protect that guy, man. And you're like, shit. Because I think Evra gets it on every fucking level.
Yeah, man.
And I don't think he tried to see Moyes under the bus. I don't think he tried to see Moyes fail.
He respects what it means and what it is. We've even seen him go to Juventus and take on what Juventus are about straight away and build that connection with the fans and the players.
People in the comments saying I see Evra as a motivator but not necessarily as a coach. Why not? I think that's mega underestimating the guy that he's just some sort of fucking performing clown that makes fun
on
of
social media.
No, there's an intelligence to Paddy Evra that understands the game, and I don't think it comes across. No one comes across as they are on social media. There's always Michael Carrick comes across quite quiet, but what I hear about Michael Carrick is he's pretty fucking witty and he's deeply fucking knowledgeable about the game. And I think Paddy Evra is probably the fucking same, mate. I think that Evra probably does have a lot more fucking tactical nous than you get by him fucking singing.
No one's the same on social media as they are at work. You just got to look at it like that. At work, you're serious, you do your thing, and on social media, have your fun. That's life. That's what players do.
I think that guy fucking gets it.
Yeah. And we're missing that now.
We buy Fred and never plays. Rashford needs a break, says David McDoodle. Does he need a break? Martial and Rashford aren't ready. They're good players, but there's the thing. When you look at some of these other clubs, they've got established pros and leaders. We just lack leadership from fucking top to bottom, and I think that's the problem.
Yeah, it's just simple as that. The club's crumbling, man. Do you know what I think? My opinion of what's happening in general. I feel like the Glazers and people at the top, with all the talk of a takeover, I don't know how real that is or whatever it is. I feel like they're looking to drive United to a certain point, and if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. Like, they're just going to try and make as much money as it is, because that's how it looks from the outside. It's just a money game, and it just can't continue.
It's not good enough. It's not acceptable. Right, do you know what? I'm going to wrap it up. Go give Evra Abdul's channel a follow. Follow Evra's as well if you want. Subscribe if you're new. We will have a vlog from this sack of shit coming out first thing in the morning, and then we'll have Perfect 10 will be back on Thursday, and and I don't know what I'm going to be doing for that just yet. If you've got some suggestions for the topic that you'd like to see, get it in the comments. We'll have a preview for Everton on Friday, and I'm having Saturday off, and I guess I'll see you all on Sunday for the Everton game. Thanks for tuning in. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed the content, and definitely go and check out Patreon as well. Like I said, I'm going for 1,000 before the end of the season. That is a goal I would like to get to. Please just hit the link, read what it's about, and if you've got any questions, hit me up on social media, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Welcome to the Stephen Howson Football Channel. This is where I will take you through everything that I do revolving around football, be it that at Old Trafford or elsewhere. This is where you will get your match previews, your reviews, your football vlogs, your scout reports, your transfer talk, your youth reviews, your documentaries, and anything and everything revolving around football. I absolutely love this game. Do me a favour and subscribe.